Hey, what's up, everyone? Dan Gaspar here with the one, the only HeadChopper. We're here this weekend. We're not talking bet your picks, but we're talking vivid picks here. Dave, how's it going over there? And what do you think about this rebrand here from Betcha into Vivid Picks?
Yeah, it's just the same. It's the same thing. It's just a different name. So don't get freaked out or anything, guys. It's fine if that means that they're going to put even more money into the product and boost it up even more. I'm certainly cool with it. So I think it's already starting to look a little bit better, to be honest with you. So I don't mind.
Yeah, and it looks like I was browsing around the app this morning. One thing it looks like this is a crossover with Vivid Seats, and so they do have some crossover promotions there. So if you go in and buy some tickets through the Vivid Picks app from Vivid Seats, there is some additional promotional bucks you can find there, up to $50, as you can see there in the promotion. So I mean, free money, right? And if you want more free money, you can still use promo code Grinders upon sign up, and you can get up to a $200 matching bonus. So free money is things we like. Hopefully we can get some free money with our picks today too. Chop, do you have anything you want to explore in terms of today's picks? I assume we're just going to go back to MLB like we typically do.
Yeah, the sports right now or the NFL, I think they just got the season-long stuff, so we don't want to mess with that. Although we did have a little NFL game
Hall of
last
Fame
night.
game, baby.
Now, I'm not really the big preseason guy, but at least when you see it on TV like that, you know it's right around the corner. Now you can it's really getting close, so I do appreciate that much. But yeah, I'm looking at some MLB today. I think the first one I want to look at is the Pirates-Orioles game up there.
Okay.
I think it's interesting here because I was looking at this morning, trying to, run some numbers for the RG stuff later, so you get out on it. But I think this is an interesting pitching matchup between these guys. I don't mind. So I'm gonna start off here with Dean Kramer.
Okay.
And I'm gonna or Creamer. I'm not sure. I don't watch a lot of Orioles.
Kramer. I think we're the Seinfeld Kramer.
Kramer. All right. There. So. Because Creeper's not bad either. You got a lot of coffee nicknames he can have along the way if he really gets good. But like I was digging into his stats a little. It's small sample stuff. He's not that old, doesn't have that many years in the major league. But boy, he seems a lot more effective striking out left-handed batters than right-handed batters. Looking at it lines up perfect for him today if that's the case, because the Pirates can put a lineup out there with 5 left-handed hitters in the lineup. So the hit strikeouts, I think, look really sneaky in any format, especially this 4.5 here. So I like that one. Keller, I don't mind this one. 4 is along the lines of kind of where he's going to be, but I like it today. I think the bat has him over that. I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe I was looking at the wrong thing, but
I have it brought up. Let me see here. We're looking for Mitch. Just barely over.
Barely. Well, good enough. I think we're kind of playing for a pitcher's duel here in a way anyway. So that's kind of where I mean, 4 is not that much. He's been better lately. So he's hovering around that mark, if not over that, usually anyhow. So I like the over there because I think we're in for a little bit of a pitcher's duel here. Orioles, they lost Mancini. I'm not saying that's a huge thing, but maybe that's a little bit of a letdown for them in this playoff push. So, and then we got to run it back with. Well, I guess you could do two picks if you wanted to. I'm not sure, but the third I wanted to do was Rutschman. Man, God, he's good. He's really good. And this 0.5 runs. This is not.
Yeah, I don't like the runs.
I don't like the runs, but boy, he's going to get a spot near the top of that batting order. Because, I mean, basically, Mullins has kind of regressed a little. I don't really like Mullins. Ke'Bryan Hayes is awful numbers this year against right-handed pitching. So I don't want to – it's kind of a process. And Van Meter, I don't even know what's going on. No way I'm taking Van Meter right now. But so I don't like the runs aspect. But Rutschman, that could be anything. That a solo home run, you're there. He's batting at the top of the order. Any kind of extra base hits, gets him really close to the run. I don't love it, but – you can pick anybody. I guess the main thing here, I like Keller, I like Creamer, I like those strikeouts. If you wanted to take any of those other guys, unders or anything, that would work too. But I was looking at Rushman as he's just so good. I guess I could just play him in DFS.
Yeah. I'm on board this pitching matchup for sure. You mentioned Kramer splits. I just wanted to bring him up because I was curious. So I brought him up while you were talking. For his career, again, pretty small sample size, but it seems fairly meaningful. Against right-handed batters, he has just a 16.1% strikeout rate. Against lefties, he's got a 25% strikeout rate. So that's very good to note. Like you mentioned, if you head over to RotoGrinders and go to our Play IQ tool, you can kind of see the projected lineup that we have for Pittsburgh tonight, and it does have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left-handed batters in it. So I think that's a really good point there that you made on Kramer and his splits and what that means for strikeout potential. I think if I'm making this pick, I either just stick with the 2. I like the Rushman call. I like him. I think he's a good player. I don't like the runs. I just don't like the runs.
They would have given us some hits, man. But
right, yeah, I would take the hits and maybe check back later today. Maybe they have that. So my call would be we either take this as just a 2 pick, or we throw Brian Reynolds under and hope that the splits thing works in Kramer's favor against Reynolds, who again, Reynolds is a switch hitter, but typically what we'll see in the situation is like a lefty just to get the platoon advantage, despite what the pitcher splits are. So I'll let you make the call here. Are we going to just make this a 2-man pick with the pitchers, or do we want to go ahead and throw Brian Reynolds in there?
I'm always about boosting the little parlay as much as we can. So I'm always going to throw the extra guys in there if I can.
Okay, so that is a difference between a 2.5 times buy-in and a 5 times. So let's go to the screen here, and just so everybody can see, we're going with the Mitch Keller over on strikeouts, Dean Kramer on the over on the strikeouts, and we are going Brian Reynolds under 1.5 total bases. So that's going to be our first pick of the night there. And then let's go and pick a different game. Did you see any other games that stand out to you at all?
Yeah, just perusing like this through the lobby. I'm just kind of looking at the pictures they got put up there and seeing if anything jumps out. And I tell you what, when you get down to the Angels game, that one jumps out to me.
Okay, we got Robbie Ray, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We've got just a terrible Angels lineup nowadays.
They hit 7 home runs yesterday, all solo, and lost.
Yeah. And generally, though, that's a bad lineup.
Yep.
It's not good. And yeah, we got Robbie Ray, who's getting a massive strikeout projection here on the projection sites. So I kind of like that one.
Hey, the last time you suggested Robbie Ray over 7.5 strikeouts, it hit on the show. I think that was against the Rangers. It seems like there's a lot more strikeouts in the Angels lineup than the Rangers lineup. We referenced Derek Carty's projection system, the bat, quite a bit on this show. He has 8.57 strikeouts for Robbie Ray, so that's a whole strikeout edge on this one. So if you want to get it in, make sure you try to get it in there nice and early, because we might see some movement on that line if a lot of people start playing that one. So we got Robbie Ray over 7.5 strikeouts. What else are you looking at here?
Well, I'm looking at, let's see, just to kind of go against that or correlate with that a little bit. I like to pick an Angels hitter that I think maybe might be the worst one out of this bunch. So to me, I'm looking at Joe Adele, probably. Like, is he going to get a hit today? That's a very, very questionable if Joe Adele. Most nights he's not going to get hit. Let's put it like that. So I could take the under on Adele and correlate with Ray a little, and we feel pretty good about that. And then if you want to boost it, I'm looking at these other names and saying
Walsh. Give me Jared Walsh. Give me
Walsh.
The boost Jared Walsh.
We could get a boost with Jared Walsh. You know what? There's just so many bad hitters in this game. There's a lot. Yeah, Walsh is definitely one of them. You know, Kalinick. I think he connected on a home run the other night, but by God, he's been terrible. He was supposed to be.
He was supposed to be so good.
He was supposed to be what Julio Rodriguez actually is.
Yeah.
As a prospect. So, but he's been terrible. So, does he get a hit? Man, like, that's highly questionable too. Like, he's just not that good. So there's several hitters here we could target on unders in this game and feel pretty good about it.
Do we have, let me see. I'll plead some ignorance here in not knowing if Kalnick's been playing against lefties. No. So that would be the only thing. I think if we take Kalnick, he might, like, there's a fairly decent chance he's not going to be in the lineup. At RotoGrinders, we do not have him in the projected lineup for Seattle tonight. So I think what we do is we just go Walsh and kind of take the two Angels hitters and take the unders there.
Yeah, I can get behind that.
All right. So do you want to try to give me your thoughts on Patrick Sandoval in the Seattle hitter? So like Suarez is the guy that stands out here, or even Kyle Lewis. Do you have any takes on liking the Sandoval side of that or the Mariners bat side of that?
I'm pretty neutral on Sandoval, but now that you mention it, I will say that Suarez has been swinging the bat pretty well lately. So I don't mind the Suarez over.
Yeah, let's get the over there just to boost it again. So the last time we did the 3 picks, and that's 5 times your buy-in, whatever you put down there. If you boost it to 4 picks, which I believe is the max currently for MLB, you can get 8.5 times your buy-in. So let's do that and go to the screen here. So you can see we are going Robbie Ray over 7.5 pitching strikeouts, Joe Adell under 0.5 hit, Jared Walsh under in hits, and Eugenio Suarez on over 0.5 hits. And so then if you throw that in there, you will get 8.5 times your buy-in. And hey, if you only get half correct, you can still get those betcha bucks, right? Hopefully those can value out a little bit. So that's how betcha bucks work. You can get some of your return back if you only get 50% of them correct or a little bit more, but don't quite complete the parlay in terms of getting everything correct. Vivid Picks will throw you some betcha bucks in your account to let you play around with as well. So I think we'll cut it off there unless you have some hugely strong conviction on another game. I think we've been doing 2 picks per show here, and I think that's a pretty good place to cut off.
Yeah, I think that's it. They don't. This is going to be interesting here. All I would say is at this point, let's the closer we get to the preseason games, and if they start putting out the NFL preseason picks, please. But man, I tell you what, it's almost like a cheat code looking at what Jamino and these guys, a PSU fan, and all these guys put up on RG for content. It really is. There's like very few edges as great as preseason football. So take a look at the picks. Take a look at what Vivid puts up, and man, you could really nail some part. Like last night was just stealing. They're stealing, and I haven't followed one beat writer all summer. And you just listen to these guys on RG, and they're really sharp with it. So NFL, get ready for it.
Yeah, that's a great plug for our preseason product as well as NFL product on RotoGrinders. They got me trying to get in the mix here with some of the preseason content. I think I'll be on a show next week. But I've been kind of lurking in the dark and learning from the great Jamino and PSU fans. PSU pretty much swept some contests last night, and Jamino finished high up as well. Like you said, it's not a whole lot of spots in DFS where there's edge left, and preseason NFL is one of those. Although I will say the field is getting a little bit sharper. But even just last night, as long as you played, guys that were playing, you were pretty much live to start the game. So yeah, good plug for RG there. And like Chop said, we'll be back with NFL picks possibly next week if we see some on the board. I know there's a lot of preseason games next week. If there are not preseason picks being offered on Vivid Picks, you'll see us for sure during the NFL season. But that's going to do it here for us today on the Vivid Picks show. We'll see you guys next week.